Do you ever wonder exactly which systems you need in your business, and when you try to research it, you get so confused and overwhelmed that you just give up and stick with what you're doing? Today, I'm going to talk about my top 5 systems that I believe every wedding business needs. I'm going to hit on broad topics such as a client relationship manager, and I will tell you my favorite under each category. But remember, everybody's different, so just because it's my favorite doesn't mean it's going to work for your business. I'll help you determine what exactly you need to look for in all these systems to know which is best for you. So let's start with the number one system that every wedding business needs and cannot run without: a client relationship manager. A client relationship manager stores all your clients' information. It helps you with invoicing and contracts. It allows you to schedule appointments. It can help you automate workflows and send emails manually. And it can help you track your KPIs, or your key performance indicators. What does all of that mean? Basically, your client relationship manager stores all of your clients and all of their information. It is a place where you can communicate with the client, and it is also a place where you can organize and make sure that you have all of the details for their wedding day mapped out so that you don't forget anything. There are tons of different client relationship managers out there, or sometimes called CRMs. How do you know which is the right one for you, or which is the best one out there? There's not really a best one, but which one or what you should be looking for in a good CRM. Look for something that can automate your workflows. Invoice and contract can be done in the system, and it's even a bonus if it can be sent out manually, or not manually, it can be sent out automatically. It tracks where inquiries are coming from. This is a huge key performance indicator. A key performance indicator, let's backtrack a minute, is they are indicators that your business is doing well, that it's heading in the right direction, and that it's hitting your goals. So tracking where your inquiries are coming from, that is a huge KPI, or key performance indicator, that you should be tracking to make sure that where you're spending your time and investing your time and money is the right place, because it's bringing you your ideal clients. Another thing that your CRM should do is it should allow for team member access and allow for different levels of those team members. So maybe you have some assistants on your team, or maybe you have second photographers and you want them to have access to certain parts of the team member's project. You really need a CRM that allows for team members to sign in under their own sign-in username and password, so that they can communicate with the client as themselves if that's needed, but also so that you can control the amount of information that your team members are seeing. So there are so many CRMs out there. You have Honeybook, you have Dubsado, you have 17 Hats, you have Notion. There are so many different ones out there. Which one is my favorite? And if you follow me on social media, you're going to know the answer to this immediately. Honeybook. Here are the reasons why I like Honeybook. Number one, it has a mobile app. That can be huge for some people. Now, a mobile app's not everything, because I do believe in boundaries, and having your business on your phone can kind of muddy those boundaries, but it can also be a huge positive to have sometimes. It allows for team members to have their own login, so that, like I said earlier, you can control what they are accessing, but they can also communicate as themselves with the client if that is needed. I think Honeybook is the most user-friendly. Some people will say that is because it doesn't have as many features as other CRMs, but I think it has enough for you, a wedding business, a big wedding business, to function on effectively without over automating and making your business kind of seem like and sound like a robot to your clients. You don't want to over automate. So I think Honeybook can do everything you need it to automate and help make business easier. I also believe that HoneyBook is a little bit easier to use for clients. So on the client end, I believe it's easier to understand for clients. I also love that HoneyBook allows for multiple workspaces within one project. What does that mean? Basically, that means that you can have a project and say you need to converse with a planner, their wedding planner, but you don't necessarily want to be sending your bride a million emails as you're talking with them. You can create a private workspace where you only communicate with the wedding planner and you're not overwhelming her with emails, but you can keep it all housed under one main project and be able to easily find emails and conversations and know, okay, I'm talking to this planner about this specific wedding. I also love that HoneyBook tracks where your inquiries are coming from, and it tracks your KPIs in terms of inquiries to bookings very well. When you archive a project in your CRM, HoneyBook asks, why are you archiving? Why do you no longer want this project in your system? I love that because it can pull a report of, okay, out of all these projects that I archived, this is why I archived them, and help you see, why are you not booking these clients? Is it, are you getting a bunch of clients that are really under your budget? Are you not responding quick enough? Are they just not responding to your messages? It helps you realize or helps you learn what you can change up in your business. The next system that I believe every wedding business needs, and I will say these are kind of going in order based on what I believe is the most important. So, second important system you need is a project management system. So, a lot of people argue that your client relationship manager should be able to do it all and should definitely manage your projects. That is not the case. In order to effectively have a very streamlined and organized process in your business, you need to separate your project management from your client relationship manager. Just listen to the words: client relationship manager and the project manager. So those are two different things. Your client relationship manager should really focus on just your conversations with your clients and communication with them. Your project management is more of your behind the scenes processes that are taking place in order to get your client from booked to their wedding day. Project management board is going to track all of your projects. It allows for you to see all of your projects upcoming and see, what do I need to get done for each of these weddings. It can also store some information. So if you have team members and maybe they don't need to be in the client relationship manager for any reason, but they are helping with the wedding and they need to know some information, you can store information in that project management, their project and the project management board as well. It can also be a content planner. So if you need to plan your content, if you are on multiple different social media platforms, or if you are trying to market multiple different offers or services, having a place to plan your content is so huge, and it can be done right in pretty much every project management board that is out there. Team member management. So this is probably one of the biggest things with project management, having a software for your project management. And that does not mean that if you are a one-man business, you do not need a project management board, because I believe in setting your business up for growth. So setting your business up so that you grow into it, not setting your business up to where it has to grow with you as you grow. Allowing for team assigning of projects, being able to manage and see, okay, this person is supposed to be doing this, where are they at in their tasks and all the things that they need to get completed. You can see that in a project management board. Another thing that a project management board can be used for is tracking feedback from your clients. So after a wedding day is done, Most project management boards can send out a questionnaire to them, a form of sorts, to ask them for feedback, and then you can organize it in a really structured way to see what areas of your business you need to improve and what areas of your business are working really well right now. There are so many project management systems out there. My favorite is ClickUp, but I'm not even going to list the reasons why because they pretty much all do the same thing. Some have different levels of complexity that they can get into, but pretty much all of them can do the same thing. So like I said, my favorite's ClickUp, Asana, or Trello, or Monday.com. Those are just a few, and all of those are great systems. I will say, out of all of those, Trello is probably the least complex, which is okay. If that works for you and how your mind works, that's okay. I will say one thing with a project management board is try out a couple different systems and see which layout works best for your mind when you look at it, which one makes sense for you, and that will help you determine which project management board is best for you. The next is a bookkeeping platform. I'm going to keep this really short and sweet because I am not a bookkeeper and I don't do my own bookkeeping. I outsource it to somebody else because me and numbers, we just don't go well together. So a bookkeeping platform is super important, and you should not be relying on a client relationship manager to do all of your bookkeeping. It's not going to go in depth enough to have your taxes prepared when you need to send them over to your accountant. I don't have much more than that for you. There's a lot of research out there, and I will link some below of some blogs that discuss a little bit deeper as to why you need a different platform for your bookkeeping other than your client relationship manager. There's a few of them different ones out there. QuickBooks is probably the most known. It is the most expensive. So another good one is Xero, Xero.com. That is a little bit cheaper, a little bit more simple. I have been told, like I said, I'm not a bookkeeper. I have been told that as your business grows, Xero may not be enough for you. So QuickBooks is what a lot of bookkeepers suggest because then you can grow into it. And like I said, I believe in setting your business up to grow into. The next system that I think every wedding business needs is an email marketing tool. Now, this is lower on the list because you may not be focused on building an email list in the first year or two of your business. It is something that is not a priority for business, but I do think you need to be building that email list as you go. Email list building gives you a way to grow your audience and grow the amount of people that you're reaching. Even though most wedding professionals, I shouldn't say most, but some wedding professionals are stationary and they can't really go anywhere else. You never know if somebody's going to refer you to somebody in your area, or maybe in the future traveling is going to be the thing for you, and then you have this list of people all over. If we lose social media, your email list is going to be your savior. I've heard that from so many people, and I used to kind of laugh at it, but not too long ago, Instagram went down, and I think it was all social media went down. And it was a big realization for a lot of businesses that are marketed primarily online that we need another platform, and email marketing can be it for you. It is an additional way to run sales, to market new services or products that you are going to offer. Social media is obviously can be your main way to do those things, but this is just another way to reach more people. And it's another way to build a deeper connection with your audience. Social media is obviously fantastic, but this is just to optimize on what you are building over there on maybe Instagram or Facebook or TikTok. Email marketing is going to just build on top of that. So, what should you look for in an email marketing tool? You want it to be able to segment your clients by categories. So maybe you want to segment by location, maybe you want to segment by the year that they got married, or any additional products or services that they add on. Maybe you want to ask some deeper questions and find out, like, do you have any siblings that are going to be getting married soon, or anything like that. You can tag and segment, but you want a system that can do that efficiently and effectively. Some systems limit or make it very hard to tag or segment the clients. Another thing you want it to be able to do is have automations and triggers. So if you have a freebie that you are using to grab new email list subscribers, you want to be able to send them emails automatically right after they join your list. And that's how you're going to capture them and get them as a returning customer or a future customer, or build a deeper connection with them. And then another great feature for your email marketing list to have is that it can resend emails to non-openers. So those are just a few of the things, because there are so many different types of email marketing platforms out there. A few are Constant Contact, ConvertKit, MailChimp, that's probably the most known, MailerLite, and Flowdesk. I do know MailChimp and I think MailerLite, but I definitely know MailChimp starts free until you get to a certain number of subscribers. So that could be a great starting place for a new business or a young business. The final system that every wedding business needs is a content scheduler for Instagram. So I talked about a content planner earlier in the project management board, but now you need a system to schedule your social media post. I put this last because if you have a social media management team, you may not need this. But if you do not, it is so important to have a place where you're, number one, something is scheduling and posting your social media post for you, because the biggest thing with social media is consistency. And you can plan out your post and see what your feed is going to look like on Instagram, or are you effectively marketing everything in your business, that your services, your products, what types of weddings that you prefer to do. Are you effectively marketing that and pulling in your ideal client? Instagram has really gone away from a very scripted feed, or like a very it's not all about, like, it's about being real and on your Instagram. But it is still a business, and it is still important to make sure that you are knowing what you're posting and making sure you're hitting all the topics. And by planning that out, if you plan your month in your project management board and then you go schedule it all in your content planner or your content scheduler, then you can see and make sure that your plan that you have for that month is going to be effective and is going to market your business in the best way possible. Those are the 5 systems I think every wedding business needs. If you don't have one of these systems in your business, it doesn't mean that you're failing or that your business isn't going to work. But like I said earlier, build a business that you can grow into. So if you are new in your business and you're like, I've only done 10 weddings, why do I need an email newsletter list? Because eventually you're going to need that list. So start now getting your systems in place for when your business is at its peak, so that you don't feel like you are being pulled in a million directions, and so that you don't feel stressed by the growth that your business has had, and you can enjoy the growth. If your business has already had a ton of growth, it's okay. You can still put these systems into place. Find a time when you're not busy, off season if you have one. Not everybody has an off season in the wedding world, but if you have an off season, that's a great time to get some new systems in place, or find an expert and let them do it for you. So That's all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions about systems, you can comment them below. I'd love to walk you through how to determine if one of these systems are the right ones for you. I've worked in many of these different systems, and I can help you know if one of them is correct for you. And I'll see you guys back here next week.